Let's talk about the difference between contested versus uncontested divorce. So, an uncontested divorce is where both parties agree on how to split assets, how they want their parenting plan to be, basically every major decision that goes into the dissolution process, they're in agreement on. I would say typically, even though most of the people I talk to, they say we're in agreement, it's going to be an uncontested divorce. Maybe 1 to 2% of the time, this is the actual case. Most times when we go through the process, it's very emotional. When you're going through an emotional process, people can kind of flip flop. They can change what they're in agreement to. Maybe you start dating someone new, that makes them upset. All of a sudden, your uncontested divorce goes into a highly contested divorce. That can mean you're not agreeing to let the other party live in the home or how you want to split the home. You're not in agreement with the parenting plan. You're not in agreement with spousal support, child support, all the different things that do go into that dissolution. If you are truly going through an uncontested divorce, this process will be a lot quicker. You're avoiding trial. You still have to wait the mandatory 90 days in Washington, even if you're completely in agreement with everything. So typically 3 months, that's going to be the fastest you can ever get divorced in Washington. If you are avoiding trial, it's a lot less stressful. No need for a long, drawn out process with the uncontested divorce. Why do we have that 90-day waiting period? This is different in every single state. In Washington, we typically refer to it as the cooling off period, just to ensure that both parties are on the same page, they're in agreement, and that they do actually want to move forward with the divorce. After that 90 days, that's when your divorce would be finalized. Once everything is signed, you guys are both on the same page, nothing changes during that 90 days, that is when your divorce will be final. Now let's talk about the more common of the two, a contested divorce. Most divorces are typically contested because, let's face it, this is a very emotional time for you. When you're going through an emotional process, people don't always think clearly or act like they normally would. This can lead to more fighting, not agreeing on how to split the assets, fighting over the home, fighting over the kids, fighting over pets. This is typically what we do see when we're going through the process. Another reason for a contested divorce would be if maybe one of the parties really doesn't want the divorce. That could lead to more confusion, more drawn out process, just due to them kind of dragging their feet or hoping that you'll change your mind. Another question we get quite frequently: do you always need a lawyer for a contested divorce? We do say yes. You always would want to have an attorney on your side when you're going through this process. You are dividing basically your entire life, whether that be your home, bank accounts, 401k, savings, determining who your kids spend time with and when, spousal support, child support. There's so many things that go into a divorce that are permanent and does change your life drastically. When you're going through this process, you always want to have the right legal team on your side to help you navigate all the paperwork and everything that goes into a divorce. Sometimes even just checking the wrong box can push your divorce or your matter to trial. Having a good attorney on your side and truly your advocate, that can help you go through the process much smoother. It can also avoid trial, and it can get you the outcome that is truly the best for you and your family. So whether you are going through a contested or uncontested divorce, any questions, give us a call at Johnson Law Firm, where we fight for families and their fresh start.